In short, when people understand the power that is contained within these teachings, the understanding, I can only say understanding, you cannot help but live blissfully happy. So 60% of my time, when I'm sleeping for 8 hours, I'm blissfully happy. When I am at home with my little girl and wife, I'm blissfully happy. I'm happy in my work. I'm blissfully happy in my work. But then you find yourself surrounded with individuals that do not understand this concept. It's not hard for me to put myself out there in the forefront of others. But then I find, in terms of being blissfully happy, I would use the word containment. I'm reeling myself back in effect, while I'm around others that I'm...
Esther's been talking about this very thing quite a bit, because she realizes, even with all that she's heard from us, that she is aware of people's response to her and feels responsible for their response to her. And that's why you're reeling yourself in a little. You feel aware of their response to you, and you don't want to give them more than they're ready for. And that's what Esther is doing too. Jerry is just open. He's who he is, and he just says the most embarrassing things. And Esther is, even though when he does that around her, she loves every bit of it, but when he does it with someone who's not ready, she wants to reel him in just a little bit. An awareness of people's response to you. And we want you to replace, and we want Esther to replace that awareness of people's response to her to the awareness of her own vortex response to her. In other words, that's the only thing that you want to keep that eye on, because you cannot control the response of others to you, because they're all in different vibrational places.
There is that, but when you are living blissfully happy and you put yourself out there in this environment where you know people don't understand, you have, and I guess that's my current restriction, in the sense that it's very easy, unless you're in a seminar workshop like this, where others can think that you are completely off your rocker.
Well, then be that. In other words, really, in what world could it be inappropriate to be happy? Now, we get it. There's a teacher who has already been assigned by the administration, who dictates to her that she should start squelching the happiness of 22 little children, so that they don't get out into the world and make the mistake of being happy inappropriately. And we say, if somehow the world has decided that you're off your rocker when you're happy, then it's no wonder that these teachings, it's what we're talking about, alignment and joy and happiness is connection. Are you really telling us that the whole world is saying it is inappropriate for you to do the thing that you were born to do, which is align with the fullness of who you are? That explains a lot to us. It explains why man has made God vengeful. It explains why man has made God controlling. It explains why man has misunderstood what love is. But we think the word is out, and we don't think that anyone is ever going to feel the fulfillment of the life experience that they were born to live by catering to the idiocy of the masses who don't have a clue how they fit into all of this. And those of you who do have a clue, don't let them dictate your behavior. Be the happy being that you were born to be. You see, words don't teach. It's life experience that teaches. So if you're in a situation where you're happy when others are complaining, and they would like you to complain with them, but you just don't feel like it, if you do the majority of your work from inside the vortex, law of attraction is going to orchestrate things that bring only to you the most cooperative components in your environment. And if you're getting other than that, then you're not in the vortex as much as you think you are. And we think that this conversation is more about your disappointment when you're not in the vortex and your justification for not being in the vortex because you don't want to be called a wacko person from inside the vortex. And we say, get in there, and we promise you, if you stay in there consistently, you will not find people finding you strange. They'll start coming to you. They'll start saying, well, you're in your usual good mood. And you'll say, I don't know, I like my life. And I like this work. I like you. I'm a happy guy. What can I say? I'm a happy guy. I remember being really little. I think it might have been kindergarten. I remember being happy like this. I was happy like this. I had this teacher who singed. She wasn't like the other teachers. She seemed to know how important it was to have fun. And she let us have fun all day. And I learned more from her than all the other teachers put together. So, I'm a happy guy. And anybody that contests that can't come to you if you are really a happy guy. If you're in the vortex, the ones who will come to you will be the ones that will say, why are you a happy guy? Or, I see that you're a happy guy. Or, I would like to be a happy guy. Or, the vortex won't line you up. And you say, oh yeah, it will. We live in a little cage. We're in a little cage where we're locked up with people of all vibrational persuasions. And we say, even if you're locked up in a cage with them, law of attraction won't bring you together in an intimate or important way with anyone who's not on your vibrational wavelength. It cannot be. Law of attraction is too precise for that. Really.
Thank you.
Hi, Abraham. It's Peter. Okay. How many things before we become physical from non-physical do we intend deep into life? Because a couple things have happened in the last couple of years that were of great contrast to me, which actually ended up being of great benefit to somebody else who I care about, which, because I know you say, well, leave everybody else out of the equation. And I'm kind of saying,
well, here's the only flaw that we feel in that premise, and that is anything that you live that is of benefit to someone else is of benefit to you tenfold. In other words, you cannot be a facilitator in the benefit to someone else without receiving exponentially benefit yourself. But sometimes you're not in the vibrational place to be able to see the benefit.
And so at that point, it just feels like the contrast, even though
the question
it is a benefit.
Was really well worded. From my non-physical perspective, how deep into my physical experience did I prepave events? And we say there was nothing really specific that was pre-planned. It was just this powerful, general but powerful. And in it being general, it does not mean it's not powerful. This general intention for fantastic expansion, joyous expansion. So what makes it feel like you've described it is, if you know sort of what you don't want, which means you know sort of what you do want, but you don't do anything about lining up with it, then what you don't want grows and what you do want grows, and the contradiction between the two gets stronger. So if you really know what you don't want, which means you really know what you do want, but you don't line up with it, then the contrast just gets stronger. We haven't said this here today. This is a perfect time to say it. With all that you've been living, the most important dynamic to understand is that you are vibrationally, in terms of source energy, which is the larger part of you, you're expanding. And as a physical being, human being who is thinking and living life, if you're not moving with your thoughts and therefore with your emotions in the direction of your expansion, then the crevasse between you and you gets greater and greater. And eventually it can get so great that even though you're still doing the work you came to do, you're not reaping any of the benefits of the work that you came to do, because you're holding yourself vibrationally apart from your own benefit. Where somebody else is actually seeming to receive the benefit of your struggle, but no one else can receive the benefit of what you do, and no one else can deprive you of the benefit of what you do. It's all a perceptual misunderstanding, which we think you just understood. Everything is always working out for you. And that's the thing. If we could just zap you with that, we would. We want you to know that things are working out for you. No matter how they seem, they are working out for you. It's working out for you. And as you relax and trust and yield to the benefit that is there for you, we want you to know that as you just relax and breathe and meditate and make lists of positive aspects and just do some simple things, not big things, not big hard things, just some simple things with a now conscious realization of the vortex and a willingness to go there if you can and stay there longer when you go. Just that simple new decision will cause you to relax and allow your self-discovery of so many of the wonderful things that are in the vortex. And here's the piece of this that feels so good. What's missing in your self-awareness right now is a feeling of worthiness. And you're not alone in that. A lot of people are there. And what's going to restore that worthiness to you is you finding yourself in the vortex where you're allowing the universe to yield to you so much that you've been asking for. Because when the universe yields what you're asking for, doesn't that feel worthy? In other words, when something that you want occurs to you or happens to you, doesn't it just bathe you in new warmth? Isn't it like a warm blanket of well-being just wrapping around you, you see? But you can't get there in the way that you try to get there. So what we're saying is just with some of these simple things of just trying to get into the vortex, and then once in there, the self-discovery of so much of you've been looking for is going to give you this feeling of confidence and worthiness and alignment all rolled into one. The words don't even matter. It's just going to be this feeling of well-being that you have been seeking, that you are deserving, that is huge. It's like waking up from a dream and just catching the tail end of it. And if you can catch the tail end of it and focus on it, then it will unfold into a dream that Esther could take all day long telling Jerry the dream she had last night. If she can get hold of it, he tries to distract her so she doesn't get hold of a piece of it because it can be very, 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 very detailed. It's the same sort of thing. Get into the vortex and let it unfold for you. Good time for a segment of refreshment.
Thank you.
We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It is delicious to come together with those like you who are understanding a little more every day who you are and why you are here. The appreciation that we feel for your willingness to mix it up out there in the confusing world, while without knowing it, you are contributing to this magnificent vortex of expansion. There are not words that accurately describe the appreciation we feel for the solutions that you have provided even when you can't personally find them. It is thrilling to us to feel the vibrational movement that has taken place here. Not because manifestations are going to shower down around you, while they are, but because you're supposed to feel like you feel now, not like you felt before now. This is how you're supposed to feel. This is who you are. You're supposed to feel loved. You're supposed to feel honored. You're supposed to feel capable. You're supposed to feel sharp. You're supposed to feel witty and valuable and flexible and exhilarated. You're supposed to feel fun and full. You're supposed to feel knowledgeable. You're supposed to feel love. You're supposed to feel good about you and good about your world and good about the future and good about what's coming and good about what's here. You're supposed to feel good, you see. And it is exhilarating to us to find you feeling gooder than you felt. And know that it is because of the power of your desire and the little bit of allowing that we carved out here together today. We're all making way more of this than we need to. Life is not as hard as we make it out to be, but life in the vortex is easy, while life outside the vortex isn't. So we think we've done a really good job of selling you on the existence of the vortex, on the existence of your vibrational reality, on the existence of the larger part of you and of the importance of beginning to address your world, your physical world, your day-to-day world in conversation and in exposure to life on a vibrational basis. We want you to be the emotionally guided beings that you are. It thrills us when you don't give a rip what others think.